I've got games, so many games, I don't know what to do with all these games. And if you just want to chat, let's talk in bits and bytes, cause I'm down like that. When I'm at the Goodwills or when I'm checking Craigslist, all I'm thinking about is my NES. It's just something to do, it's like the passing of time. Without further ado, let's end this rhyme.
Hey everybody, it's me, Justin, aka Goodwill Hunter, and I'm back with another Craigslist pickups. Probably the last one for the end of the year, because obviously you got to save money to buy presents for everyone. But this one definitely paid off. It's one of those things. Sometimes I find stuff on Craigslist that you just never come across. Like, I found my Neo Geo CD on Craigslist, and just some random stuff that you would think that people would take it and put it on eBay or Amazon or some other auction site, because for what I paid, it was a freaking steal. But it was advertised a day before I actually saw the posting. So, I'm at work, I'm on my phone, checking Craigslist, just seeing what everyone's got. Mostly it's just Xbox 360s, and now because the Wii U's out, everyone's got one, and they're trying to sell it and try to get, outrageous prices, even though everyone on there is telling them to go to Walmart or GameStop because they have them. So kudos on people trying to stick it to the other people that are trying to screw people over on Christmas, especially kids. Don't screw kids. So I got all the way down to the 27th of November, which was the day previous. And I saw this posting, and I was like, what? No, I called. Luckily, there was a phone number. So I called and asked, and they said they still had it, but someone was going to come the next day and pick it up. But she wasn't too sure if he was going to be able to or not. And I said, listen, I have cash right now. I can meet you today. She said, okay. And, I just can't believe I got this for $85 is what I paid for this entire collection. But the system, I, again, never thought I would, didn't think I would ever own it, but to get it for $85 plus 17 games in box with multiple controllers is, again, a really freaking good deal. So, the system that I picked up is a system from, I think, mid-90s, right around when, Genesis and Super Nintendo were going head-to-head. They came out with the Panasonic 3DO. This is the Panasonic FZ1 3DO. And it works. And it's, the games aren't really that great, but it's in really, really, really good condition. It's got, AV on the back, it's got S-Video, it's got some expansion ports. It also has an AV expansion on this. I'm not really too sure exactly what attachments this, if anything, ever had, but it's front-loading CD tray. And it came with 2 controllers, and I know it has, they have Street Fighter 2 Turbo on this, but this only has 5 buttons, so I'm not sure if maybe one of these buttons is actually another button, so it'd be 6 buttons instead of 5. And I also got the gun, because there are light gun games for it. Pretty cool. And the gun came with the box, so you can play games a la Dog McCree, Who Shot Johnny Rock. If you remember in the early 90s, mid-90s, when arcades were kind of still slowly not dead yet. They had a lot of live action gun games like Dog McCree. I remember playing that. And it was fun. I enjoyed it, actually. A lot of people don't like those kind of games, but for the time, it was kind of cutting edge. But yeah, 17 games, all in box, and they're the long box versions. They're not the just regular jewel cases. Because they used to, when CDs were coming out, they came in long boxes like this. So you got the box, and it was really just a jewel case inside. And they got into a big, not a big debate, but the industry decided that to cut costs down, it was too costly to make boxes this long. So I think they just decided that the standard jewel case that we now have for CDs would be just good enough, because you're trying to put all these on shelves, and it's just taking up so much more room than just a regular case. Yeah, so this one is called Patank, and it's a pinball game. Have not played it, and it looks like a weird, like you're inside of a computer pinball game. I'll have to try it. I haven't really tried any of these except for one of them, just to make sure that the system worked, which it does. This one I'm kind of interested to play. It's a little, I'll tell you part of it. It's got a little bit of damage, but it's called Snow Job, and apparently it stars Tracy Skogans? Not too sure about that. But I think it comes with like a manual. It's a little beat up on the back too. Again, obviously this was in someone's basement, and might have had some moisture damage down there. But still, a lot of these games just in the box, they go for around $40 to $50. So yeah, I'll have to give this one a shot. Looks like you're like a detective and you're trying to bust people. I don't know. It's going to be cheesy, I know. Another game I got is Total Eclipse, which again, it's a little beat up around it, but still, it's made by Crystal Dynamics. They're like into a lot of the early PC games. But it looks again like kind of, I don't know, like a first-person shooter, but, in a spaceship. We got a game called Hell. It's called Hell, a cyberpunk thriller, and apparently it's got Dennis Hopper in it. And this is one of the games that I did actually start to play. And it's that early, PC graphics, very bad voice acting, repetitive computer-generated, modeling and stuff like that. The early days, when everything was kind of blocky. But it's kind of a point-and-click adventure. We got VR Stalker, which apparently is the first 360-degree air combat simulator for the 3DO. At least that's what it tells me. So that should be kind of fun to play. Looks actually, it looks good, but when you start playing these games, you're just like, oh God. Dog McCree. So now I have my gun games. Gonna have to get a CRT for this. I should probably open one of these. But this is how they come packaged. So they come like this. And I think the weird part is they have this little, it like pushes in so you can like get the manual. I don't know what they thought that would be useful for. But yeah. Interesting. What else? We got another light gun game called The Last Bounty Hunter. I think I might have to get another gun for this. But, yeah. Looks like someone's kid, wrote and traced some of this stuff. Yeah, they did a hell of a job in the back. You can see. We got EA Sports FIFA Soccer International. Looks like your standard FIFA. Soccer. The Need for Speed. I guess it was called, originally it was called Road and Track presents The Need for Speed. And this actually looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie, the graphics are really good on this. Some of the games that you have to get, I have to get Road Rash. I hear that's really good on this. Obviously I have to get Street Fighter 2 Turbo, because I hear that's kind of the definitive port for the home console. Another game I was really happy and excited to get, and it's in really good condition, and in box, is Gex. And it's a fun little, platformer, side-scrolling. And you play as a gecko who gets pulled into his TV by an evil scientist and is forced to play through different channels. So that should be pretty fun. What else? Oh, another fun light gun game that I used to play in the arcade. It's Crime Patrol. Again, plays like Dog McCree or The Last Bounty Hunter. It's, it's a light gun game. Live action, something happens on the screen and then you have to shoot someone and something crazy happens, like a car flips over. Can't get away from John Madden Football. And this, the graphics on this look actually pretty good too. It's kind of cool because then you get to see, you have like cut scenes with John Madden. So, I guess that's kind of cool, especially for the time. I mean, live action anything was cool. You couldn't get that on, the Sega CD was Sega's version of live action, but we all know about the Sega CD. We got Captain Quazar, which looks like just a weird, that kind of Diablo style over the view kind of adventure. Well, we'll just have to see how that is. What is this? World Interceptor, which I've heard is complete garbage. And it pretty much just says it right on the back. It says, "You'll blow chunks," because this game is that bad. But again, Crystal Dynamics, I think they made a lot of games for 3DO, because I'm going through some of these, and I probably have to say that like 4 of them are Crystal Dynamics. And last but not least, I have a sealed copy of Waialae Country Club. Or Waialae. I used to live in Hawaii for like 3 years, and I can't even pronounce some of the Hawaiian names of stuff. But I think it's Waialae. Or Waialae. See, it's even got little stickers so no one can steal it. And it did have, this came with it. It was Pebble Beach. I think this was actually bundled with the system, but unfortunately it's missing, and it was not in the system when I turned it on, so I guess I only got 16 games, but I don't give a shit, it's fucking golf. But yeah, all that for $85. The woman was really nice, and I now have a 3DO, so I have to get more games. I'm going to have to take a trip up to the video game trader, because he actually does have... Excuse me, it's really early in the morning when I'm shooting this. I'm going to have to go up to the video game trader, because he does have 3DO games, and I'm kind of curious. I always pass them over, because obviously I don't have a 3DO, and I didn't expect to ever come across one so soon. So I have to go, take a trip and get a list of the 3DO games and just see exactly which ones are definitely worth getting. I do have a couple, as I say. I'm probably going to get Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and I'd like to get Dragon's Lair, see how that works, and Road Rash, obviously. So, anywho, yeah, I'm just probably going to slow things down. I'll have to do another update on my room, because I've since got some shelving and put everything on the shelves. Aside from what's behind me, I may or may not put that on shelves. I think I'll get rid of the stands for the game, the Nintendo games, and put those on shelves. So, anywho, guys, yeah, like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned.
Have you experienced the awesome power of the Panasonic Real 3DO system? Obviously. The intense realism of Panasonic Real 3DO. Apparently. Or the mind-blowing graphics of Panasonic Real 3DO. Definitely. Cool. The Real 3DO system from Panasonic.